What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on?
It's a late night show, so we can say these things. We can be a little crass. We can say some dirty things.
If I was a woman and I knew what to tell people how to make me come the quickest, I would let everybody know. I'd put it on a t-shirt and wear it around. Welcome back, everybody, to another beautiful Friday night here at the CoWrect Opinion, where I am joined by the Winnie Cooper to my Kevin Arnold, Forest Mommy. Hey, Forest Mommy.
I need to have Susie make you that shirt with how to come. But you said if you.
Yeah.
Just saying. Hi, everybody in the chat. Hi, Kaylee. Hi, Goofy. Hi, Hog. Hi, everybody. Please hit like and share. I know there's other streams going on right now, too, but
I am wicked impressed that everybody's here on Rumble and we have nobody watching on YouTube. That makes my heart warm, actually.
Yeah, not even Stoner. He didn't respond to my text, though, so fuck him.
Yeah, fuck Stoner.
Fuck Stoner.
Were we past a minute? Yeah, we're past a minute. We're good.
Oh,
we got the YouTube rules we got to fight with now.
We're on YouTube, too, so can't say bad words. Maybe we could do, we discussed this. Maybe we do part of it on YouTube and then drop YouTube after a little bit.
Daniel's here with us on YouTube. He just jumped in. He'll be going to dinner. He'll be going to dinner soon, though.
Yeah, well,
Daniel, party's over on Rumble in the chat, homie. Just letting you know.
Yeah, come to Rumble, Daniel. It's snowing good here too, Hog Dog. It's snowing and that polar vortex is hitting. It was so nice today, and because of the stock show, we even had the doors open, and then it was like that wind hit, and boom! It was like, oh, it really is blowing in some cold stuff, man.
I just hope that for the betterment of humanity, that all the franchise owners of Subway in the greater Chicago area close down for this polar vortex. We do not need another Juicy Smoulier incident, because we all know after last election, Chicago is actually MAGA country now.
It is,
and I don't want Juicy's sweet ass getting beat up again by his friends from Nigeria.
Do you know that happened? It happened recently out here. This guy who works in Grand Junction, this journalist, said some guy pulled up to him and like, this was MAGA, literally the same thing. This is MAGA country and you got to get out of here, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, really? You guys are really going to still try this crap? Like, fuck it. This is MAGA country, everybody, because we're on YouTube. I can't say too many bad words, but.
Fuck it, just say what you want to say. I don't expect this YouTube thing to last long for us.
But I don't want it to get, like, banned.
Yeah, I don't either. I would like to make money doing this one day with you. I would like us to be business partners. That would be cool.
I know. We do need to work.
Make sure.
Everyone watching now, me and Paul want to, like, have a good show that everyone tunes into and likes us.
I want to make a shit ton of money off of doing this influencer media host thing, and I want you to know that if I make a shit ton of money, I am going to start exploring faith and charity and do good things. By the way, faith and charity are the names of strippers at my local strip joint.
And they need love. They need attention. So you're doing the world a service.
Yeah, and attention ain't free.
Hi, Dickie. Hey, Dave. Oh, thanks, Daniel. Thank you.
It was we say this is in the Fed country.
Hell yeah. That's a Ron Paul shit. And that fucking Fed. I have that book right here. Never read it. I have so many freaking books. I've never read them.
I'm getting into selling books on eBay now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, if you find the right ones, there's money in it. Because books.
I just want to ask, you have like a list you look for or something?
Nah, here's the thing. When it comes to new categories, it's always like, I don't want to do this. And then like somebody gives me a shit ton of that category for free. Like women's clothes. I never wanted to sell women's clothes on eBay. But everybody who knows what I do and like, hey, I want to donate all my stuff to you, they're all fucking women. So I got a shit ton of women's clothes. So now like I'm in the process right now of processing a shit ton of women's clothes that I know nothing about. Like they're fucking tank tops, but the tank tops are fucking bedazzled. The cleavage is cut out. And I don't know what the shit's called. I'm constantly calling my mom like, hey, mom, what do you call it when a tank top has the titty holes cut out so you can see the cleavage? And she's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, thanks.
Like the style of tank top or what?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm using this tank top as an example, but there's a lot of shit. It's like sheer black, it's see-through, and I'm like, God, women are whores. And it's got black glitter on the sheer, and then the neckline is like sequins and beads, but it's shiny. It's like, hey, I'm Native American, but I'm a Native American that owns a casino. You know what I mean? Like, I got the money
Who
for the
gets
bling
that
bling.
check?
Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck is this stuff? And then sizes. Don't get me started on women's sizing. Jesus Christ, men have small, medium, large, extra large, 2 extra large, 3 extra large, 5 extra large. Women, it's like size 5, petite, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, what
Or the
is
measurement.
This?
Let's just use the numbers of your actual measurement, like for pants and stuff. Where they're like 0, 0. Like, what?
Yeah. I'm like, what? I don't know what that means. So fucking stupid.
Well, it's good you're not a cross-dresser, at least. But yeah, Dickie's gonna start deporting people in Chicago. He's gonna do it.
He's getting out of the military and joining the border patrol so he can shoot him some. Oh, I caught myself. Yes.
What word were you gonna say?
Huh? Those notorious for having very moist backsides.
Swamp butt?
Nope. Very wet.
Oh, I get it.
Backsides.
See, that's what we should like drop YouTube after a half hour. What do you think of that? Or what? If no one's watching.
We'll go the whole run today. Okay. But yeah, I'm down with like.
But I want to say bad words. Maybe just the last 10 minutes. I can get it out of my system or so. It's all right.
10 minutes. Yeah, we could do the cut the show in half. I'm down with it.
That's funny. That when ROTC got their YouTube back, that's what they started doing. But they were screwing up right away too, and saying all the bad words, even though they're.
Freedom of speech is like giving a child a bottle of whiskey, and then leaving for the weekend. Like, you got all this freedom, but don't indulge. That's what it's like fucking being on YouTube. That's exactly what it's like.
You have to self-censor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Dickie's horned. What do back shots in confrontation? A-Dubs likes to give back shots, I'm sure. Hi, A-Dubs. Hi.
Yeah, the dudes.
A-Dubs, do I like A-Dubs? I know I'm old, but can you at least tell me I look pretty? Thank you.
It is. How weird is this for you, being the second most attractive person on a stream? That's got to be weird.
It feels good. I'm glad you're here to help me feel like, your beautifulness makes me feel more beautiful. So thank you.
I am 3 cups of coffee in, and I'm already getting the caffeine jitters.
Are you going to be up all night?
Probably.
I'm drinking.
I haven't had any decompression time today. Today's been a busy one. Getting ready for the polar vortex coming.
Well, do you have to do anything after this?
No. All the work's done.
Okay.
I made sure this was it.
Well,
and then my hot water heater went out 2 days ago.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
So I'm in a trailer, and I have a panel with all my stuff that's working, and I woke up one morning and I'm like, I saw the fault light for the hot water heater, and I'm like, shit. So I go and look at the water heater, and there's just like 3 drips on the floor, because when it turns off and it's not heated up, because it's a pressurized chamber, the seals will start leaking, and there was only 3 drops, so I knew I caught it early. And I go out, because the panel for the water heater is outside, and I'm like, fuck, all right. So I kill it. To reset a water heater, you turn it off for 10 seconds, turn it back on, and then you start your diagnosing. Hey, what's up, Adam? Adam's the old lone person over in YouTube. Everybody's in Rumble, homie. So I turned it off, hardwired, plugged it back in. The gas didn't even fire up, no ignition, and I'm like, shit, what's going on? So I started just like, let me try this. Finally, I was like, all right, let me disassemble the whole thing in the freezing cold, because I'm going to say freezing cold, but this was like 15 degrees, which is like paradise compared to what's coming up here in the next 2 days. And I reassembled it all back together. It fired up. It ran great. And I'm like, cool. And then after the first cycle, when it needed to ignite again, it didn't ignite. It just immediately faulted out. So I was like, okay, I know it works. I know everything's working. So it's got to be something with the ignition. And I look at the igniter, and it's super hard to explain this, but
Is
on
it
a gas.
it's a gas? It's a propane
It's a gas.
water
So
heater.
like you got like two metal things that come together like this, and it's like a taser, and it shoots an electric spark in front of a gas flow, and that's what
Yeah,
lights the heater.
I'm not that dumb. I
This
know
is
my dad was a
this.
Maytag repairman. I know some
Oh,
shit.
that's right. I'm
Okay.
not calling you dumb. I never said you were dumb. I'm just trying to figure out how to explain this. The gap between these two prongs has to be an eighth of an inch, and I'm looking at it, and the gap is pretty wide. So I'm like, all right, let me disassemble it again, and I notice it's got some corrosion on it. I take the igniter out. I wire brush it to where it's clean metal again. I put it, measure it out to an eighth, put it back on, fires right up. Cool. Everything works great. 24 hours later, yesterday, working fine. I went out shopping one of the days for eBay. Came back, everything was working. About an hour after I got back, the fault light went on again. And I'm like, son of a bitch. Reset it, turned it on, and right away, there was not even a hesitation. Wait, the fault light came on again. I went out, and the fucking thing was separated again. So the only thing I can figure is it's so fucking cold out right now that it's running so much that the igniter is heating up and cooling down so much that the metal's expanding. So I pushed it closer than an eighth of an inch, but still far enough to where it can shoot a spark. And she's been doing good now for over 24 hours and holding
Good
strong.
job.
I mean,
Good job.
it's a guaranteed every year, the coldest week of the year, something catastrophic is going to break on me. I have fixed everything that could possibly break here, so I can have everything resolved in a matter of hours. And I love it when it happens in the daytime, because when something fucks up in the daytime, I can at least run to the store and grab the parts that I need. What I should do is buy like 5 of every fucking part I need and have it on hand.
Well, at least you can keep it working, because it sounds like there's nothing you can do for the water heater. It's just the cold was making it separate.
Yeah, but yeah, I gotta have hot water. Like hot water is necessity.
Yeah.
And if I leave it off in the freezing cold, it's like to where it actually freezes over. I'm fucked.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's fucked if I let it go. So.
Oh, Kaylee said good job. Dickie just got some boobies. I hope those
I think
are...
that's what she was saying good job to. I don't think she was saying
Oh.
good job to me. I think she was saying good job to Dickie getting boobies. Could be wrong. If so, thank you, Kaylee, but I doubt it. I'd
think
much
she would
rather good job to titties.
We'd appreciate like mechanical stuff and making mechanical stuff work. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's a thing about being a guy. You don't want to pay somebody to do the shit for you. And B, when you live out in the middle of the nowhere, there's nobody to come fix it for you.
Self-sufficiency, baby. You have to.
Either fix it or die.
And guys like our age and your age can't fucking fix shit anyway. So it's like cool and hot. It's exotic that you can fix shit.
Yeah, it's a great life. Some days you just get to hang out on a couch with 2 golden retrievers, and some days you got your arm buried in your own shit. You know, you take the good with the bad.
And then your golden retriever likes how your arm smells after it was in your own shit.
He's a weird fucking dog, man. So we don't have any topics planned for tonight, even though that was like something we talked about.
We could talk about me. I can talk about myself.
Well, and I planned on talking about you because I am super interested in the volunteering at the livestock auction. Man, these California fires though, they're just not going out.
They're still not out?
All 5 of them are still raging, not even close to being under control. But because our attention spans are measured in nanoseconds, like the rest of the world has just moved on.
You're like, bye. The house is burned down. We don't care anymore. Bye. The fuck?
Biden gave his farewell speech. That was hilarious.
The what?
Did you see Biden's farewell speech?
I saw part of it. I can't deal with it. It's too stupid.
He really attacked Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk. And it was like, yeah, we used to love you when you did whatever we wanted you to do, but now you're not doing what we want you to do. So 1984 oligarchies.
Yeah, you're like, fascist. Oh, that's what it was, the oligarchy. Because then, all the fucking progressive Dems here were like, oh, oligarchy. And I'm like, there are Democrat billionaires running Colorado right now. So shut your mouth about all, and Soros and all this stuff. It's like, shut your mouth. Oh, 2 new fires. Kaylee, are you safe? Turn my garage into a living room. A cock and balls felt like they dragged on the ground for months after. Why? Because you have a garage anymore?
What are you talking about?
Dickie's comment.
Dickie's. Lithium plant has 2 fires in Moss Landing, California.
And you can't put lithium out with water, right? Like you can't. That's great. That's awesome. Totally not on purpose, I'm sure.
Hey, at least California spends $68 billion on the homeless problem that they have, which is completely under control. And not. By the way, I do love that we are finding out it is all homeless immigrants that are lighting these fires. That makes me fucking laugh my ass off.
They were doing it here in Denver too. There's all these fires around in like a certain where it's more green area, and there's all these fires started, and it was like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, you can't put lithium out with water. That's what I've heard. It's like a grease fire. You can't put water on it.
I saw the largest battery storage place in California. Yep, green energy. That's the way of the future. What happens? Seriously, say California switched to an all renewable resources and all battery power through solar and wind and whatever, and then their plant blows up. What happens then?
It's all bullshit.
Can you fire up a coal generator then?
Or all the solar panels get busted in a hailstorm, which happens, and all that. Like, it's just, it's insane that people don't understand. And you see, like, when I drive to Wisconsin, you see all the windmills and all this stuff, and I'm like, how is that better than a gas pump, like a oil pump or whatever? Like, that's just one thing in the field, and then you have all these ugly things. It's so stupid that these people think that I'm an idiot, and I know, like, it's a solar panel on your house, or maybe, that's cool. Like, we're like local stuff, but all these like fields where they're doing it, how is that environmental?
Hey, I'm on team. If you want to get rid of oil, you want to get rid of fossil fuel, you want to set yourself up for failure, I'm on board with it. Can we at least go to nuclear energy? Because Jesus Christ, will that be super cheap for everybody? If we went to an all nuclear, but we're so fucking scared of nuclear power because of fucking Chernobyl and because of 3 Mile Island, like, the technology has advanced so much. As long as you don't hire fucking retards or DEI hires to run it, oh god damn it, we're on YouTube. It'll be fine.
Yeah, someone said the amount of nuclear material for one person for a lifetime is like a cup. That's how much space whatever it would take up. Like,
here's something that not a lot of people know. One nuclear submarine in the U.S. Navy, if in an absolute state of emergency, could park off any coastal city, plug into the grid, and one nuclear submarine could power a city for weeks on end.
That's bad, though. That's bad. We can't do that.
Nuclear energy is so bad that all of our submarines in the U.S. Navy run on it.
I don't get what
you know why? Because it's 30 fucking years of free energy.
I don't get what people are like. And then even right now, what powers up where they charge their electric cars is coal, but they want to get rid of that. Like, it's.
Yeah, that they want to sign their own destruction. Cool.
Let's accelerate. Let's get it going, though. Let's get it going.
See what I'm saying? Remember where I was mid last year?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's get to the hard times. Let's get to the hard times. So you guys, I can't wait for everything to go to shit, and everybody wanting the government involved in every aspect of their lives. And I talked about it last time we were on the show. Michigan has outlawed non-cage free.
We got the same law here.
Can you find eggs in your stores there? It is literally.
No, because it was the egg. The flu killed a bunch of chickens because of the flu, because you have to kill the chickens so the flu doesn't kill the chickens. And then this egg thing, and then all the Democrats who passed it were like, no, it's not because of our cage-free egg thing, but the grocery stores and the egg people are like, yeah, it is actually because it's kind of, we had to switch our whole freaking operation, which just doesn't make it any better. It doesn't make it any better.
And you're never going to have enough cage-free eggs to appease the actual general population of the world.
And the stupid bee who passed that law in Colorado she's married to the Democrat, the head of the Democrats here, the chair, and they have a huge ranch and stuff. And I was like, what are you people are so evil. Like, they're so evil.
I love watching local news from Detroit and Lansing, where they get these blue-haired biddies who are complaining because they can't get eggs. They're like, I don't know what's going on. I can't get eggs. I'm like, you got exactly what you voted for. You did this. And that's what I can't wait for. I can't wait for the comfortable life to end. Everybody realizes that you're not going to be able to get your Starbucks because there's no fuel, because there's no gasoline that a truck driver could deliver all the cups and sugar packets and syrups to your local Starbucks, and they can't afford to stay open. And then you're like, oh my God, what happened to Starbucks? Why can't I get coffee every day? Oh my gosh, and when I do get coffee, it costs me $18 for a cup. You know why? Because you voted for it, because you're a moron. You, sir, are a moron.
People are they are stupid. Like, it, for as much as voting is real and legit, people are fucking stupid and retarded. Like, for real, it's insane.
And A-dubs,
I got some eggs for you, A-dubs. I got some eggs for you, A-dubs. Sorry.
Cage-free eggs do taste better, but if you're going to feed the millions and masses of people, you have to have the production output to do it. And the way you're going to do that is by cutting the corners on the cage-free side. And this is that way in everything. This is like GMO bullshit. Like, yes,
every corporation is
GMO terrible?
Just bare basics.
Yeah. Is GMO terrible? Is using pesticides terrible? Sure. Yeah. When you need to feed the population of the world, you need something to boost the output of the food you're putting out. Now, granted, we've done that in America where everybody's as fat as I am because food is so plentiful and bountiful here. But that shit, the reason it is that way is because we've revolutionized agriculture to maximize output. And now it's like, well, we're going to legislate the output so we don't have the abundance. The government cannot make everybody rich. The only thing they can do is make everybody poor. When it comes to socioeconomic status, all the government can do is make everybody poor. That's it.
And they make themselves rich. They can make themselves rich.
Correct. And
they're all,
to make themselves rich, they have to play the stock market, and then they have to make the billionaires more money in order for them to get their fucking piece of the pie. So it's the biggest scam in the world. It's like, we need to tax the rich so everybody, they pay their fair share, but we're going to do inside deals to make their companies multi-billions of dollars. Like, hey, I got an idea. We're going to start a pandemic, and we're going to close every store down except for Walmart. Walmart's going to be the only store that's going to be allowed to be open. And once you know it, Paul Pelosi just invests in Walmart right before the pandemic. It cashes out. The Walton family becomes bigger billionaires than they already are, and the politicians are making the money too. Isn't that weird how that works out?
Yeah.
But don't worry. They're doing it for your good. They're doing it for your good, Jess. If it saves just one life.
Small business owners are bad. Small business owners are bad, evil, creepy, or greedy people. Small business owners who can't pay people freaking $40 an hour. They're the bad guys. They're not paying their fair share. As
a current small business owner, I am greedy as fuck.
Well, but that's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, commies, like, they think a landlord who owns one extra house is a terrible person. Or, like, they think that it's like, no, that's normal. That's normal business, and they're not like bazillionaires off of it. But the commies hate those people while supporting the government and the unions, which the unions, this is what I love. Oh, hey, Tony. I love that. I have Tony's shirt on, by the way. Can't see it.
Tony, we're all very thankful for your shirt right now. Thank you.
Yeah. Can you tell I don't have a bra on? Well,
yes.
Kind of.
And I am a fan. If you not wearing bra was a Facebook page, I'd press the like button. Sup, girl?
I've probably like not worn a bra around you in person. Anyways. And they're just killing. They're killing, like, they want to kill. Which Uber came along, which Uber may not be the most perfect company, but Uber made it so people could kind of be self-employed a little bit, right? But then they're like, oh no, you need to pay me for fucking 40 hours a week, but it's like, no, that's not how it works. If you're self-employed, you don't get the benefits of working when you want to work, and then also get paid for 40 hours a week solid. Like, that's not how it works. But they get rid of all that, and they were so pro-union. They're all so pro-union. I'm like, you idiots! If the government likes the unions, they're not good. Like, it's so.
I've often the union fight. Here's how I've always said it: if you need a union to save your job, you're not worth being employed anyway. So it's only a matter of time before a company just says, "Fuck it, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to play the game. I'll just close shop, sell off all my assets to a Swedish company, and then everybody in this small town is unemployed. I've got my millions of dollars. I'm going to fucking Kokomo, and I'm going to enjoy my fucking golden years. Screw your kids. Screw your pension. I don't care. You got what you got coming to you." And like, it's greed on all sides of it. And poor people, middle class people don't want to hear this, but middle class had it too good for too long. And business owners, I'm not excusing big business in their role in it. Everybody's greedy. Nobody wants to live within their means.
Greed runs the world. You need greed to run the world.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
The reason right now I haven't had to punch a time clock since May is because I live in a trailer that's paid off on land that I own, that's paid off, that I have no debt to. Like, the problem is everybody wants to spend more than they can make, and they need to stop it. We need to stop that as a country.
Keeping up with
it's
the
our
Joneses
GDP
and
that
shit.
keeps us going. It's our GDP that keeps us going. Well, guess what? Once the U.S. dollar is not the reserve currency, we're all screwed. Congratulations. You bet your future and you're lost.
And all the jobs are fake. They're not like actual real job. It's all this fake shit. It wasn't like doing actual work shit, which is what we need is people to do actual shit.
Do you have a LinkedIn account?
I think I have one, but it's not like updated or anything.
Of course, yeah. I haven't been on mine in years. But LinkedIn is like a thriving social media network, and I actually logged onto my LinkedIn for like the first time in 2 years today because I got an email and it was like, check to see what your friends are up to. And I'm not kidding, Jess. Every fucking post on LinkedIn was like people bitching about their jobs or their interviews or everything else. And it was all self-entitled bullshit on both like employer and employee side. And I'm just like, everybody is so self-entitled. Like, I told the recruiter for the company what my minimum salary was, and I was sitting in the interview, and they told me that they were coming in $2,000 short of my asking price, and I looked at them and I said, I'm terminating this interview, and I walked out. All comments, you go girl, know your worth, blah, blah, blah. Congratulations, you're still unemployed.
Yeah.
Good job. Way to stick it to them. You know what they did? They said, all right, cool. Let's get an H-1B visa and get an Indian here to do the job.
And that's what
for half the price.
It's nuts what's going on. People are so weird about it, which I blame the boomer women, of course. As I've said this many times, when the boomer women went back to school and work in the late 90s, they fucked everything up. They ruined the whole system. And they were the snobs who like tried to push people out of blue collar and trade work, but that like, and they're like, everyone has to go to college, so you're not a blue collar person. And I was like, we need the blue collar people, and blue collar people can own their own businesses more. They can own their own business.
They're thriving right now. They're thriving right now. If you're a contractor, a plumber, a welder, you're thriving right now.
Thriving.
And most of those people live within their means. They don't have a crap ton of debt. They're asset rich. This is how to succeed in life. Don't have debt.
Don't have debt. Don't keep up with the Joneses. Keeping up with the Joneses shit. I just never understand. Like, I've never understood that shit. Like, it's.
And what's crazy is our country is being run by keeping up with the Joneses type people. They're like, oh shit, put it on the credit card. Like, literally, that's our government's solution to everything. Put it on the credit card. When was the last time you made a payment? I'm not going to. What we're going to do is we're going to raise the debt ceiling. It's literally our country has been operating for the last 30 years on, oh my God, our credit card's maxed out. What do? Let's get another credit card with double the spending limit, and then we'll pay off the other credit card with that credit card, and then we have double the spending limit, still have half the spending limit left. We've been doing that for 30 effing years. Every single year, our Congress has a fist fight over raising the debt ceiling. And I love when Joe Biden says, I lowered the deficit more than any president in the last decade. You know what he's saying? He's saying, yeah, we've been overspending and spending like crazy, but I spent just a little less, which is still $6 trillion over our budget, but at least it's not $6.5 trillion. Like, no, what you should do is balance the budget, you dummy. Fire these federal employees. Fire these federal contractors. Get rid of them. Lessen the size of the federal government. And I'm not saying this as like a liberty-seeking lover. I'm saying this as a fiscally responsive taxpayer. We can't sustain this. We can't. If you want to feed everybody and take care of everybody and take care of all the old people on Social Security and pay for everybody's health care, something's got to give, because we can't run like this for much longer. Eventually, China's going to come to us and say, hey, you know that $67 trillion you owe us? You're going to have to pay up. And our two options are either going to be we go bankrupt or we go to war. And guess which one our government's going to pick? They're not going to go bankrupt. They're going to go to war.
Yeah, and they can make more money off the war anyways, too. So Colorado has this thing called the taxpayer bill tax. I've talked about this before.
Tabor.
Taxpayer Bill of Rights. Basically, and this crazy dude who I love him. He's old now, but he passed this and said, basically, if you're going to raise the taxes, it has to go to vote. And if there's ever like surplus, you have to give it back to the people. Well, the people down at the state are like, oh, Tabor handcuffs us. Tabor holds us back. And it's like, yeah, motherfuckers, you can't. They're blaming the taxpayers and Tabor for their deficient and and it's like, no, it's because you're spending too much money, you fucking stupid idiots. Like, if I get in trouble for spending too much on the credit card, I can't spend more. Like, that's the, that's the rule. And these people are like, no, we need more, and it's your fault that we don't have more to spend. Like, it's crazy, these people, how they are. Like, it's insane.
Here's what's crazy. Florida and Texas do not have a state income tax. Florida has an emergency every single year, and somehow they're still not broke. Their coffers are full. How? How is Florida pulling this off without the income tax? Yes, I get it. They have higher property taxes. By the way, when this country was founded, that was all there was. That was how the federal government made money. And it was, hey, we got property taxes and we got sales tax. And whatever we collect in that is all we can spend in a year. That's how our country was founded.
Yeah, you don't spend more than you have. Like, it's so weird how this world is now.
Yep. And this all stopped once the Fed came about and we got off the gold standard. Those two things were the worst mistakes our country ever made.
They were. And all these stupid idiot millennial bureaucrats, they all just like got college loans and shit. So they don't even understand how money freaking works at all. And now they're working for the government and they're working for nonprofits where they legislate money into their own nonprofits to pay their own salaries on top of their freaking, like, they just. And I say this as a total spoiled person who doesn't even have to work. You know what I mean? But I get it. Like, our life is good because you don't do that. And that's how
your household is still taxed. You still have somebody in your household that's paying a federal tax.
So much money. I hope I don't make over, because I make Twitter money now, but I think I made less than I'll have to pay in. We'll see.
Yeah, ever since we started doing this show, my Twitter numbers have been slowly going up. I'm hoping one day I can make that Twitter money.
Everyone go follow Paul on Twitter.
Well, it's not just follow. You got to pay Elon $8 a month, then follow me.
Yeah,
and then you have to look at every post.
I'm not all about multiple times. That's multi-level marketing shit. That whole shit's like multi-level marketing, especially where it's like you could gift the subscription to people and stuff. I'm like, that's so that's a pyramid scheme. Like, totally.
Everything is a pyramid scheme involving money.
Yeah,
that's the spoiler. Everything is.
It's if you consent to be a part of it or not.
I hate to bring this back to eBay, but I love when people like say to me, "Oh, I can't stand resellers," and I'm like, "Why?" And it's like, because you're taking from the poor, blah 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 blah, and they come up with some source of excuse. It's like, just buy it from a store. I'm like, do you realize Walmart is the world's largest reseller? Do you realize Amazon is the largest reseller? Do you think that Walmart makes all the clothes in their store? Do you think that they make all the food in their store?
They buy it from other people.
They buy it from somebody else, mark it up, and sell it to you. That's how this all works. Everything that involves money is reselling, and it's a Ponzi scheme. Oh, look, Stoner, the lone man, the lone man on YouTube now. Hey, Stoner.
I paid back some favors to you, A-dubs. Poor A-dubs. I'm so mean to that. Not mean. I just come on to him too much.
You're a horn dog with him.
I'm a horn dog with him. You saw him.
He's a good looking dude.
Yeah. Anyway, so stock show's been really fun.
Yeah, let's talk about the stock show.
It's so funny because people don't get it, and I understand people don't get it, but I love it. I've been there. I'm already at 42 hours, and we're halfway through. So it's just 16 days. We're halfway through. Yeah, and I've just been having a good time, just hanging out, we open gates for the horses a lot. The hunter jumpers are in right now, and the hunter jumpers are like snobs, so it's different. It goes from like Western cowboys to these snobby bitches, but it's still fun. I like it. Anyways.
I am saddened because I feel there's not been enough bomber jacket and tight jean pictures. However, the very attractive, ethnically ambiguous woman that you took pictures with is very cute.
Did you follow her on Twitter?
I believe I already was.
Okay.
Was she a guest on a show one time?
No, I posted with her I've posted a picture with her a while ago with the first. It's just fun. It's fun for when people, because not everybody gets it. the volunteering in general, and then this specific thing, and she totally gets it, and she's in on it now. I love it because she's like, I feel like I'm living here. I'm like, I know. For 16 days, we basically just live here, and like it's so fun. There's so many people.
So what are like some of your duties? Like, what do you do?
So mainly opening. So I'm in the horse barn building, which is where we do all the horse shows for the most part.
Mhm.
So there's like livestock, blah, 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 rodeo and all that. But I'm in the horse barn. So, but we have with horse shows, you can imagine there's so many people that enter horse shows, like whatever kind of horse show it is. We do every freaking kind of horse show it is. So like right now we have the 100 jumpers. Well, there'll be 59 entries in one. And there's so many different types of things. So anyways, opening the gates, shutting the gates, doing that. That's the biggest deal. And then just customer service as well. And then they all love me. And I pretty much just like walk around and like.
So you're like the hottest rodeo clown ever.
Pretty much. But there's no like, awesome. There's no, oh, we do ranch rodeo in our building, but the real rodeo is in another building. But regardless, yeah, it's just fun. Like, it's just, you help people and you're helping people do like, they've been working hard to like show their horse and do all that. So you're helping them, and you know, it's competitive and it's fun, and you get to see it all up and close and personal and meet people. And I was the lead on this one big show, which is a $25,000 prize, the horse that wins. And I was the lead volunteer for that show, which was fun. There was like a promotion. And then on Monday, I got asked to do, there's a big, poor Dickie does need a blowy. There is a $40,000 prize for these like really fancy jumping horses. And for the gates, you have to dress up and look nice. So I got asked to do that one. So that's fun. I haven't done that since like 2018. So I'm so excited. Anyways, it's just fun. And we're going to be moving buildings and everything soon, which will be interesting. And they're building all this shit, and thanks to the Denver taxpayers and all that.
Is this like on a fairground site? Is that like?
It's basically kind of like that. And it's in the middle of Denver, and it's like a couple different buildings and a campus and stockyards, but they've moved the stockyards down, and they're rebuilt. They spent $1 billion rebuilding all of it. So right now it's how it is, how I went as a kid. So it's like nostalgia. I love it. I think of my dad all the time when I'm there, but it's all going to change.
Cattle ranching used to be big business in Colorado.
And cattle still is. Cattle is still fucking big.
But business. I mean, it used to be like mom and pops. Like there was a family farm like everywhere, right? Is it still that way?
Not family farm necessarily, but cattle. There are cattle ranch. There's a lot of cattle ranch. A lot of the conserved property in Colorado is cattle ranching. So there's still that, and they're trying to go after it. So they brought the fucking wolves in, and the wolves have been killing the cattle. And so people have been shooting the wolves, and they're suing the state over the wolves eating the cattle. And it's just, they're trying to like, all these fucking young bureaucratic people too are like, they're trying to like, no, we can't eat beef. You know, they're the anti-beef commies and all this stuff is going. And that's what Colorado is like, because it's not, cattle can graze. It's not like super lush here, but cattle can graze if they have enough space, if there's, you know, prairie grass and stuff, and that, or in the mountains even too. It's just all cattle. And yeah, it's weird. It's not going to work though. And so I've been seeing all these people there. Like one of the events, all like Polis did a little talk, and the mayor of Denver did a talk, and all these people were there, and I see them, and I'm like, you have me blocked on Twitter. It's so funny. I love it. And today I saw one of my arch nemesises was there. This little commie activist who says she's trans and she's not. I think she's a fed, but she was there. They took sneaky pictures.
You're saying she's trans? Is it a dude that thinks he's a woman?
No, it's a woman who is a woman, but she like pushed all this trans stuff. She says she does drag, but she's a woman. She has 5.
So when she does drag, does she dress as a man?
Yeah, so that would make her a girl all the time. Yeah, I think she's a fed though, because she's the one who like the pro-Palestine protests at the schools, which it's stupid at the colleges because they don't know what I'm down with that, but the colleges are stupid, right? And they're like, we're getting arrested, show up. Well, she works for a fucking thing that gets legal aid for people, you know, so they want, you know, and she says, I'm an anarchist, but I also then she would brag about passing the laws at the state house. And she's the one who helped pass the one where like kids can change their name in school and not tell parents. It can be a secret from parents and stuff, like all this weird, like just weird people. So she was there today. I saw her. So I like took pictures, and all my people. I'm like, oh my god, that's fun. I love it.
Could you ever imagine, like, we grew up in the 80s and 90s. Could you ever imagine that we are going to live, there was even a possibility we would live in the world where like schools would have this much control, like to the point where they're trying to legislate parents out of parenting?
And we're not parents, and that seems like the worst. Like that's like,
It's
what are you
insane.
talking about? Like that's the worst thing ever to even suggest. And yeah, and they use the excuse, well, there's abusive parents. It's like, yeah, but that's not an excuse for doing what you're doing. Like,
Yeah.
and last time we did this show, did we do this when that guy had
Weeks
killed
ago.
himself? Did we do it after the new year?
Man, be careful. YouTube, you can't say the word.
Oh
The
yeah,
word about self-deletion on YouTube.
I won't say
That
that.
is an insto ban.
Anyway, so the school district here, a guy got fired randomly December 19th, and then on New Year's Eve, he did it. So obviously he's guilty of, they call it CSAM instead of CP now. It's a longer
Sexually
description.
suggestive material.
Child sexual assault material media, something like that. But and then the school district is run by all these stupid idiots, these stupid women, these stupid progressive weirdo women who have never done anything real in their lives except for that stuff. So they're covering it up. They're doing all this stuff. So speaking of LinkedIn, I do information requests. I have friends who help me do them. Like, it's all about everyone can do information requests. Hey, Yankee, everyone should do information requests. So anyways, I found the day he got fired, he still had access to his school district email, like through the whole day. And he emailed LinkedIn and was like, help me delete my LinkedIn account. Help me delete my LinkedIn account. Like, really panicking.
First and foremost, it's really weird. B, like, to reach out to LinkedIn and ask them to delete your account, you literally, every website, regardless of what the website is, you click on your profile, you go to settings, and you go to delete account. It's literally 3 button clicks. I love it when people are like, my parents are prime examples of this boomer mentality. Like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. It's literally 2 button clicks. It is amazing how people are technologically slow.
Well, now I'm thinking all these. There's all these people connected to him in the government, and he's connected to one of the billionaires that flipped Colorado to progressive, who's a gay FGT. But I'm like, I wonder if it's a bigger thing, and he was using LinkedIn to connect with these people, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, I think, why would he? It was just weird, and I found that through an information request, and he was getting like new email. He was reactivating old emails and all this stuff. Like, it was just, there's stuff going on, man. I went to one of the, because
Yankee ask if we watch Rumble Chat. Is he like surprised that we watch Rumble Chat? We watch all our chats, man.
Hey, Yankee. Yeah, we got how many people we have? We've been watching Rumble.
I dig that everybody's watching on Rumble, and Stoner is just like sitting there kicking rocks by himself on YouTube.
Stoner, I love you, Stoner.
Speaking of which, 45 minutes. Do you want to cut YouTube and then go Rumble, and then we can just get it all out of our system?
Yeah, Stoner, can you go to Rumble? He can.
Thanks, Yankee. I like you too, man.
Are you gonna like us?
And Rumble, we're monetized on day 1. We don't have to wait for any stupid requirements or rules.
That's true.
Although everybody watching in Rumble, you should go subscribe to us on YouTube.
If you don't mind.
Yeah. Stoner, I guess. But here we can cut off YouTube now. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you want to watch the last 15 minutes of the show or how long we go, switch over to Rumble now. But for those on YouTube, have a good one. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time we do another show. Bye, YouTube. Fuck off.
YouTube.